Hey guys, Dylan from the Geek Duo here, and today I'll be bringing you my reaction to the Book of Boba Fett, Season 1, Episode 4, currently named Chapter 4, and the synopsis is Boba Fett partners with Fennec Shand. Okay, so what I'm expecting from that synopsis is that we're going to see the aftermath of what was it, episode 5 of The Mandalorian, I think it was. I think it was The Gunslinger. But yeah. I remember at the end of that, there was this mysterious cloaked figure who we later got confirmed was Boba Fett. Walking up to the body of Fennec Shand, and after she'd been shot by what's-his-face, and then that was the end of it. And then later, when they're on the ancient Jedi planet, we see that Boba and Fennec, it was him that saved her. So I'm assuming this episode is going to fill in the gaps between those two episodes. I just looked it up and yeah, I was right. It was Chapter 5, The Gunslinger. Why can't I remember the exact episode and the name of the episode? Yet I can't remember the guy's name. Anyway, let's grab my notepad and get this episode started in 3, 2, 1, go. And my play button works today. Okay, I don't know why it didn't work last time. I also wonder what's going to come up of this, because I assume he's going to go after the biker gang at some point. It's just a matter of whether he's already done it, or if that's going to be what he's doing in present day. And we now have the Pikes laying claim to Mos Espa because they'd been promised it by the mayor, so we're probably going to have to see after the aftermath of that as well. So there's a lot of things that can be shown in this episode. It's just a question of what is going to be this episode and what's going to be future episodes. I also don't think that's the last we've seen of those two. That was my mum seeing if the dog wanted to come in the room. Turns out he didn't. He just wanted to know why my door was shut. I believe this means we're starting with backstory. The back to story, if you will. I wonder what happened to his bantha. Gonna guess it died. Or maybe he set it free once he got his ship back. Is that Jabba's palace? I assume that's where he would have left his ship the day of the sail barge incident. Right. I keep forgetting that it's 2 suns, 3 moons. With Tatooine. I don't know why I think it's 2 and 1. I would like some of that roast creature. Is that... If we see another one, then yes, it is. Okay, yep, that's the flares that they were doing to blind Fennec Sniper. Also, the little flute confirmed it as well. Because the Mandalorian has a very distinct audio cue. I wonder who directed this episode, because it's 10 minutes longer than 1 and 3, so I don't think it'll be Robert Rodriguez. Also, I've heard that Bryce Dallas Howard was the director of number 5, and people say that's the best episode. The Gathering Storm is the title of this episode. There's also apparently been petitions for people, Star Wars fans, wanting her to direct a Star Wars movie. And I mean, given what I've seen of her with The Mandalorian, and what I've heard reviews of episode 5, I can see why people would want that. Because people think her, Filoni, and Favreau are like the Star Wars people nowadays. I think it's Filoni. I was right about him taking her to a group of modders. Just, it's not the ones that he hired. Oh my god, is that Doc Ock's inhibited chip? Should have started with. You could make instant toast with that. He was already using it for the Slytherin way. I had to go with the Hufflepuff one. So very handy hand. Gotta wonder, this being a desert planet, how does all the circuitry in that stay clean? Like, I mean, if I take my phone to the beach and I leave it in my pocket the whole time, like, somehow I still end up with sand in the ports, so how does it not gunk up all the body parts? Ah, you're finally awake. You got shot? You are eternally grateful. Yeah, I reckon that would be quite shocking to wake up to. Wonder how I'd handle that. Just waking up and finding my guts have been replaced with machinery. I mean, I never have to know because it'll never happen, but I'd like to say I'd handle it well. Okay, so she's mid-rim. I know Tatooine's outer. Oh, I'm pretty sure Tatooine's outer. Word of my demise has been greatly exaggerated. To be fair, these were a more peaceful group of Tuscans, so... Right, they're renaming that. So they can't just say, help me recover Slave 1. Also, calling your ship Slave 1 probably wouldn't get a lot of people helping you to recover it. You could say no. So basically, you could say no. I save your life, you get me my ship back. Those are equal in my eyes. I don't know why I never thought of Jabba's palace as having two entrances. Like, it makes sense. Because this is the hangar. Because this one's door opens downwards, whereas the main one opens up. Well, that's handy for an assassin. I wonder if that's the same Gamorrean that Boba now employs. Shouldn't... You're letting it go before you get your ship back? Like, I know you get your ship back, but you don't know this. Yes, go, be free, have lots of sex. That's what you say to all your pets, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, a bunch of Jawas stole it while I was unconscious. Well, barely conscious. So apparently Fennec showed up on one of the cartoons. So I think it was Rebels. So that'd be interesting. I wonder if she's voiced by Ming there as well. Feels weird just saying her first name. That's a lot of people. I mean, I count at least 20. The two of you could very easily take that out. We got an orc with a bomb that no archer can hit. That would be really handy right now. Handy tool. It's the third time I've said handy this episode. Guess that's my word of the day. Seen one of those droids before. don't remember where. And Chefbot with knives for hands. I wasn't far off. And sous chef droid. Sure it was. General Kenobi. But also, just... that'll work. Or just cutting its throat. That works as well. Yes, when I saw that I thought of Grievous, that's his name. I had a mental blank there. But also the sword guy from the first Indiana Jones. Yes, hello, we are the rats. I want one of them. Yeah, free. Lip. Oh. It just killed itself. Well, shut itself off. I mean, to be fair, if most people had that option, I'm sure they'd choose that over tussling with Boba Fett. It's a gonk droid. I think it was called a gonk droid. Still only seen 2 Gamorreans, so they might be the ones that Boba employs. Because they only seem knocked out. You know, based on some other shows I've seen in this genre, it's sort of surprising that the Gamorreans' bodies are still there. Alright, that's a power bank, so yeah, it would explode. Did she just spin out of the way of a blaster bolt? Good. Hey, he's woken up. Yeah, I'm sure that's fine for the ship. Of course they're jammed. They're right up against the roof. Only one counterweight? Normally... Okay, that was a nice shot of her. Normally there's two counterweights for doors like that in these shows. Because they'll get one easily and then struggle to hit the second one in time. This show's subverted a lot of tropes in similar shows. I like that. I think I'll tag along. Seems like you might need my help. So he did go take him out immediately. I don't see a reason as to why he wouldn't. Pew, pew, pew. Fuck you in particular. You know, I still don't think it was them. Well, only them. Is this, where they forged his gaffy stick? It sort of looks like... No, this is the Sarlacc. Why are you back here? I think the Jawa's, tracks will be long gone, considering it's been 5 years. Does he not remember the Jawas? To be fair, he did just get blasted into a Sarlacc pit, be unconscious in those stomach gases and fumes for who knows how long, struggle his way out, and fall unconscious under the Tatooine suns. Makes sense he might think it was like a hallucination or dream. I really don't think you're going to see anything of worthwhile down there. Hi. You're still alive. Huh. So I guess he didn't kill it when he blasted its way out. I mean, obviously, but... So just assumed that punching your way out of the creature's stomach linings and blasting fire would have, would normally kill something. I love that sound. I'm fairly certain it's dead now. As well as anything it may have been digesting. I just saved our lives by touching that. You're not wrong there. All I ask is the same. It's not a no. And we're all caught up. I wonder if future episodes are going to show Camino or that. Or maybe his life pre... Was he in A New Hope? Or maybe he just coincidentally caught up as he completely healed. Yasm. He doesn't seem happy to see them. Are they cheating or... I love the blue shockwave whenever he punches someone with the charged knuckles. I would like to apologize. Seems to be working. Never thought you'd be able to talk down a Wookiee. Free drinks? Nope. I won't kill him, but I will take his arm off. Well, that went well. And everyone just goes back to their days anyway. Didn't you just tell me not to work for people? I'm guessing that's a Clatoonian. Because we've got the Aqualish, we've got the Trandoshan at the table. The big black Wookie. And the Rancor under our feet. We got the rat catcher. Good boy. Garfalaquox. I'm not going to remember that name. Hopefully I don't have to. You really think that after they've taken this area, they won't come after yours? Yes. Seems fair. So it's agreed. I have no more force than I did at the start of this dinner. But you guys have promised not to betray me. I bet at least 2 of them will. I don't know which one isn't in that too. But the Clatoonian is definitely going to betray him. And I reckon the Trandoshan as well. Aqualish seem like they'll actually abide. making a note of that prediction. That is Mando's tune. Talking about buying muscle. And they play Mando's tune. Mando is going to be their muscle, I guess. Nice. Okay, so I've marked those two predictions. We'll see how correct I am by the end of the season. I don't know if it was in other episodes, but this one, and you could very well see the scar Black Chrysanthemum has above his eye that was given by Obi-Wan. Well, that's a lot more visceral than it was in the actual episode. Okay, and that is the end of the actual episode. Now who was the director of this episode? I did miss that. Kevin Tancharion. Probably butchered that, but I don't know that name. Oh, well. Did 16 episodes of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. 3 episodes of The Flash, including Elseworlds. Interesting. Seems he does a lot of episodes of shows that I'm familiar with. Both the episodes themselves and the shows. Like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Titans, Flash, Arrow, Inhumans, Legends of Tomorrow, Prison Break, Iron Fist, Supergirl. That's about it, but yeah. Huh. I wonder why I'm not familiar with his name if I'm so familiar with his work. Okay, well, that was a interesting episode. Much like the first episode, I feel like some parts of the backstory were not necessary to be that long. Like, I reckon the storming of Jabba's palace could have been done in half the time. And then after, there was the dinner with the heads of each of the crime families. So that's necessary to set up who the players of this war are going to be. It seemed like a slow episode. Like, when I was watching it, it didn't feel that slow, but now looking back on it after a couple minutes, it does seem like it was rather slow paced. Anyway, I'm going to go look at the things that I've marked and be back in a sec. And we're back. Okay, so I had 2, 4, 6. Well, I had 7 things that I looked up. However, I could only find things for 6 of them. Like, I wanted to know what a Gotra was. It's a name, another name for a family. In this case, it's a crime family that they were referring to. But it's a Hindu word, though I'm not sure if that's the exact same as the one that was referenced in this. I just know that it said another name for family. That is not the actual name of the family. And Hindu. That's what came up when I googled it. The LEP droid, LEP droid, which was the rat catcher thing. I thought we'd seen it before in movies. Turns out it was only in the Clone Wars show, so no, I'd never seen that before. My question as to whether Fennec spun to avoid the blaster bolt. She did spin, but the bolt would have missed her anyway, so she just did that for a quick turnaround. The Scurrier is the Bandicoot-esque creature. So, given the fact that he handed her what looked to be a worm, I thought that may have been the name of the thing that the Tuskens awoken him with in episode 1. No, I was wrong about that. Yuzum was that singing thing from Jabba's palace in Return of the Jedi. You know, the weird squashed head, very hairy creature with a big nose and skinny limbs. Yeah. And turns out it was Trandoshans as a whole that made Black K upset in the bar, because apparently they're known for hunting Wookiees for sport. Like, I didn't pick up on this, but the tribute that the Trandoshan gives Boba in episode 1 was a Wookiee pelt. So, yeah, it's fair to see that why Chrysanthemum would not be overly fond of that entire species, considering what they've done to his species. The final thing I was looking up was the name of the mod bikers, but yeah, I couldn't find anything. Like, I couldn't even find half of them listed on IMDb. And the other two, I don't actually know if that's their name or not, so I'm not going to put it. Like, the girl and the British guy, he's the one with the eye. Their actors are on IMDb because they have speaking roles. Yet, I don't know if the name that's given to the character they play is the actual name of the character. So, the other two main ones and the 4 that we haven't seen since episode 3, yeah, they don't have their actors listed either. But given even more time to reflect on the episode, I still agree with what I said, that it was a slow episode. I think it may be my least favorite of the 4 so far. So it goes chapter 2, 3, 1, then 4. But I've heard good things about chapter 5. So I feel I may be going into it with too high of an expectation. But if it's been hyped up that much, then I'm going to go in based on the hype that I've seen for it. But we'll just have to see whether it lives up to that when I react to it. I'll catch you in the next one.